Ribbit. All right. Today, I'm gonna try to make a text adventure game, I guess. Oh, I'll start up Sly before I forget. And I guess I can make this big. In which case, maybe I should switch over that other window real quick. Make that, and then switch this that way. There we go. And then change this to the Sly Rebel. And then over here, where was I putting everything at? I think it was in the www maybe. I forgot what else. I haven't made a video in so long. I forgot where I was putting stuff, but maybe I'll just switch to the directory. All right, CD and I think it was CWWW is where I've just been putting all this video stuff. And then I think I can just call it text adventure. Lisp. But the first thing I want to do is make sure someone hasn't made something called text adventure already. Oh, sorry. UL quick load. Wow. Quick you forget stuff. So there's no package, so okay. Normally I don't make a package, but I'm gonna try to learn this. So I think we just say defpackage and give it a name, text adventure. And then we gotta tell it to use CL, just use common Lisp. And then you can export your functions, which I don't have any. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna start the game with start. So I believe you just say this. And then this is just going to create a package. Right now I'm in the CL user package. And it's just, I guess, so you don't clutter up the CL user namespace. I'm in the CL user package actually. And I'm going to use the common Lisp package, which this is already using. So normally I'm just typing in this CL user, but I think to be proper, it's kind of like a namespace in Python or something, I guess. And then we'll have to tell it to switch that package. And this doesn't actually switch you to the package whenever you load it or compile it. I don't think. It's just saying all the code below. So I'm creating a package, and then all the code below is going to be inside this package. Then when I load it, I'd still probably have to switch that package, which I'll have to remember to do because I'm not used to being in my own packages. And then if I save that, which there's nothing in there. So I think I'll have a start function, but I guess instead of thinking it out beforehand, let's just figure out. So in my head, the easiest way to do this would be to define some functions. Let's say there's like an intro where you start the game at. Find intro. And right now I'll just say like format T. You wake up. Blah, blah. And say define. Let's just say there's going to be a beach. So format T. You are at the beach. And then let's say from a beach, there could be some sand dunes. So let's say defun dunes. And then format T. You are in a massive dune, sandy dune. And then let's say there's also a shack somewhere. So there'll be another location with a shack, let's say. So format T. You are next to a shack. Right today. And then I probably need to put the little new lines here. After just a click, I'm not used to using the mouse, but I can't even click in the right spot anyway. All right. And then, so I have a shack. I guess I wanted a start function, I said, so defun start. And I want to have a look function, I think. Even though the intro will be short, I think I want to have the intro have a look. So you could look around at your location, which means I don't want to wake up right here, right? So let me kill that and put it down here. Make sure that. And so the intro would be you can see a beach, let's say. Wow. And then new line. And then close that function. In my head, the easiest way to do this would be like to start send you the intro, and then from the intro you can go to the beach, so you can see a beach. And maybe I'll just put a doc string right here for now, and say like uh paths, maybe path beach, and then oh no, this is the path to the beach. So let me kill that, put it over here, and then right here I can say path. From the beach I can go to the dunes and the shack. And then from the dunes, I can go back to the beach. Pass. Beach. And then from the shack, I can go back to the beach. And then start will automatically send me to, let's just say auto send to intro, maybe. And then that way I can put some stuff in here when you start the game that it's not going to be repeated over here, I guess. And the easiest way for me to think about this is just to create these functions and then somehow send, like, return the beach in this one, return the dunes or the shack in this one. And then, but each one of these will have like a while loop, I'd guess, and it's going to be a bunch of repetitive code. And so I think I want to try to make like a game loop also, which I'm not really sure how that's going to work. But if each one of these functions can have their own loop in here, like a while loop, and say if someone types in something, do this or that, then I could call a function. I don't know if like I make a game loop, if it should be in a function or not, but it might be easy to have it in the function because then I can just call these other functions. And if I was at the intro and I called beach, then I probably could still use whatever commands were inside here. But if I return beach, then it's not going to do that. So I'm thinking if I come in here and call these functions, I'll still have access to whatever's inside here, maybe. If I returned, I wouldn't. And so I just won't return out of the game loop, but I'll return out of these other functions, and hopefully that'll keep me inside my game loop until I like get out of there. And so I needed a start to be able to even compile this because I'm exporting this, I think. I don't know what would happen if I did that without that. And so do the game loop, I guess, is where my commands would be. And that's where my loop will be. Instead of having a bunch of different loops in each function, then I'll have another function though, I guess, for like to get input from a user, which I probably want to put before this one. wonder if I have to put anything in here. Loopy, I guess. I don't think it'll care if my function's empty, maybe. And then I'll need to say like defun get input, and to get the input from the user. And is that where I should start maybe coding, I guess? If I say like format t and then give it a little bracket for input, no new line, and then I think I always had to put this finish output because it doesn't always show whenever you run it. And then here, maybe I'll just create a variable and I'll call it like the user input, let's say, and then get read line. So I think over here, if I say like let user input be read line, and oh, it's just to say format t float a, and let me just put a tilde % there, and then call it user input, let's say. And then now it's asking me for something, so I say test, and it gives me back test. So if I run that again, say hello there. Yeah, okay. So that's what I need to do here. That needs to be closed. And then I think here I'll just return from this. So when I call this function, if you just say return here, I think return expects. So if I also say return user input, then this return expects to be in a nil block, I believe, by default. And so since I'm inside a function, I need to say return from. Well, because I'm inside a function, not inside something else. I think like a loop has a implied nil block, let's say. So here I would have to say return from and then the function name. So I'm going to return from get input, user input. Close my let and close that. And then did I close everything over here? So can I now compile my code? There was no warnings. And because I did this defpackage text adventure, and I started typing this stuff inside CL user, so the first thing I need to do is to get inside that package. Notice how I was saying, even though it's saying in package here, it doesn't actually put me in there when I compiled this. And I don't think it would if I loaded it either. So I'm going to have to tell it in package. I'm just going to type this out because I'm going to get used to typing today, I guess. Ensure. And then now I'm inside my text adventure package that I made right here. So I should be able to call start because that's the one. Well, I can call any of these. If I didn't switch over there and I stayed in CL user, then I could call my start function. So let me just try that. Well, let's just see if this works first. If I don't have start, it's not going to do anything, is it? Well, I guess it would. I'm going to print something. So you wake up, blah, blah. So if I was to say in package and then switch back to CL user, let's say, and then I can't call start because it's not part of that package. Let's see what the error gets in case I see it later. It's just saying it's undefined. Okay. So, but if I wanted to call that, I think it's like this text venture and then like this. Yes. And because I exported it, I only have to put one colon there. But if I didn't export it, then I have to call it like this. So all these other functions like get input, I'd have to call them like this. If I could call this get input like this. Hi. There we go. But I wouldn't be able to call start. I wouldn't be able to call this one actually with just one because it's not exported. I don't know what, like, I guess that's convenient for some reason, but you can still use these. You just have to put 2 double colons. If you export it, you only have to put 1. And then I want to say it would be able to access the rest of these from this function from start. So like if start linked up to all these other ones, when I called start, even though I'm not in that package and the rest of them are exported, I believe it would still run, which I can test out later, I guess. And then my cursor's always disappearing. I think I figured out how to stop that from happening, but I don't remember how I did it. Let me just do this real quick and see if it comes back. There we go. So here I have to do, go back to my package, I guess. So in package, text adventure. So now I'm inside here. This is where I kind of want to work from. And I won't be cluttering. This way, if someone else loaded the game and they're doing something else, or someone else had a text adventure too, or something, they're not all inside the CL user. If we both had a start function, let's say. And so I think I'm going to call the get input from the game loop. And then inside here, call the rest of the functions maybe. Which I think it's going to need like a while loop here. So loop while t. And then do I have to put a do there? Do I let, I don't want my user input outside the while function because I need to tell it over and over. So I guess this has to go inside here. I don't know if I need a do there, but I think I do. So let user input be get input, let's say. So force a new line there, because when I start it, I think I want to make like a space from the last command that I typed in, just so they're not all like jumbled together. So I'm gonna put a new line right there. And then the first thing I should probably do is make a way to get out of the game. So the first thing is to quit the game, I guess. So and read line is spitting out text. Well, because I'm formatting that. But I think read line is going to read this in as a string. So I'm going to say like string equal, we called it user input. Q or string equal user input with feet. And if that happens, then from here I should say like return, and then just maybe do it like a goodbye message. Goodbye quitter, let's say. And if I recompile that and there's no errors, I should be able to say, so start. The game loop's not being called. So I'm still not ready to do this, I guess. And so now I need to have a start function, let's say. So my start function was right here. Little game loop. Let's just say if I just come over here, call the game loop. And I'm going to turn on the pair edit, even though I'm not used to using it. I don't know. I might toggle in between using that or not, but I'm trying to get used to it again. So now if I try to start, you wake up, blah, blah, and I have my little format T that gives me the little dude right here. And then if I hit Q, then I'm back out of there. I should be able to type quit also to get out of there. Okay. And then, so I guess like this will just be the loop. And before I was thinking of putting all the while loops in each one of these and the user input, but here maybe I can just call these functions and keep it in here. There'll still be some repetitive code, I guess, but not as much as if I put that while loop in each side of one of these functions, let's say. And then I want to be able to have a look command. So maybe when someone goes here, I'll call the look command when I go there. So if I go to a location, it'll just automatically call the look command, or if someone types in look, it'll show me that. So, and maybe the easiest way to do this is, I guess I need to go to the start function, because from here I want to be able to call intro, let's say. If I get that working, then the rest of it shouldn't be too hard, I think. And then I'm going to have a beginning location. I don't know the easiest way to do that. Oh, well, let me figure some more stuff out real quick, though. Beach, the shack. The shack, let's say the shack is locked. So items, let's say, I think I'll just put a dash here. No, it doesn't look right either. No, I'll put 2 dashes. Or maybe just put a period there. Then say, score maybe. And then items. So here there'll be a lock, let's say, which means the shack is locked, which means I need to put a key somewhere. So let's get to the dunes. Let's say there's a tent here. So items, and then there's going to be a tent. And then inside the tent, there'll be a key. Key. Side tent, let's say. Which means I need an inventory also. Just want to try to think about which functions I need real quick. So there's a start, and the start needs me to send me to the intro, but then I need a look command to be able to do that. But first I can just say, hey, let's go to, from this guy, the very beginning, I'll go to intro, let's say. I want to return that. Did that before or after my game? Set that. Just try to call the intro command from the start real quick. But I do that before the game loop, maybe. So if I do a return from start, maybe, then call intro. And I won't do the look command quite yet, maybe. Automatically go to that other dude. Or no, I don't want to return from this one yet, I don't think either. But I want it to call a game loop after that. If I return, I don't know if it will. So let me get rid of this. There's no error, so maybe that'll work. So if I say start, and then I wake up, blah, blah, you see a beach. And then you see a beach was at the intro. So I automatically went there. And then it put me down in the game loop because of this right here. And if I wouldn't have done that, then I guess I would have had to call my game loop from the intro. So this might be a function I'm leaving open, but that's okay for right now, I think. So I should be able to hit Q and get out of there. All right. So my start location, in case someone, I don't have to do this now, but let's say I want to restart the game later, then I'm going to need to reset that, I think. And so inside start, maybe I need to have a location. So I need an inventory, and at some point I'll win a game, maybe. So I might, for now, just cheat because I don't know any better, and create a couple global variables, let's say. So def parameter, and then I need a location, an inventory in one game, let's say. So I think right now, let me just go like this, retype that, and then I'm gonna set a location to be intro, and then I'm gonna make an inventory, and I just want it to be a list. And then like whether someone won the game or not, which I probably won't need till the end. But somehow I need to say like you won, I guess. And so then from here, I think I need to start building my start function, I guess. And inside start, let's just, for restarting the game, maybe I'll set F location to be intro, and set F the inventory be nil, and set F one game to nil. That way, if you won the game, you can restart the game with just start. And I don't know where I need to put my spaces and stuff, but maybe I want to, before I start typing all this stuff, make sure, because right here, when I say start, there's no space right here. So I'm going to put a space right here, a return, let's say a new line. You know, there's also another function maybe. Right now it just spits the text out, but maybe I want to have some of the text have like a slight delay in it. So I think at the top right here, maybe, I don't know how this is going to work because format's so flexible, but I just want to try to like have like a sleep command with a format. I'm just going to call it ZZ format for like sleep format. So I'll call it like a sleep format. And then it's going to have some text that it spits out, let's say. And so we're going to feed this in here from each of our functions that have a description, let's say. And I don't want to use this all the time, but just whenever I go to a location or I type look, I think I'm going to use this. So format T, and then tilde A, and then tilde %. for a new line. And then the text that's sent to it. And then a sleep function. I don't know, sleep function. Like putting this out with a sleep function is kind of tacky, so I'm gonna make it really fast, which can be changed later maybe. But like, I think Emacs, whenever I'm doing something, like if it let me type commands in while it was printing out the stuff, it'd be one thing. But I think it's like single threaded or something. So Emacs doesn't let me do that. All right, and then I have a key. I have one more other function too, though, inventory. But I don't have a key yet, so maybe I won't worry about the inventory function. So maybe right here I'll put like a add inventory function. Or maybe I could just add a blank function here and see if that works. Defun display inventory. I don't know how it's going to look, so for now, maybe it won't complain that my function doesn't have nothing. Okay, it doesn't care. All right, so now if I say like, save that, compile it, and then if I try to call that ZZ format, and then I give it some text, blah, blah. I need to do like several of those. What if I said like a prog in? I don't know if I can test it like this, or maybe. Whatever. Okay, that's what I want. So that means like I could just come over here and change this to like one, let's say. Yeah, 1 second between each one of those. No thanks. So change that back to 2002 is what I had it at, I think. I just do. It's like when I try to compile my code, a lot of times I delete a new line underneath what I'm doing, but I don't even know what key that is. And Emacs. So display inventory, no big deal. I can do that later. I just want to put what I need there. So let's go down to the start function. And try to figure out what's going to go in here, let's say. So start, and then wake up, blah, blah. So here I want to say, like here I think I want to use my ZZ format actually. So, and it's less flexible now because I'm just calling format and not being able to put all the little directives in there. So I'll probably just put multiple ZZ formats. Which one was going to be, so I don't know how many I'm going to have. So I'll just say like, you awaken on your back, slightly floating. I don't want them to get too long. So I can't add a new line right here like you can normally do in the, because I'm, simplified the format. So I just have to do several of these, I think. So like you wake on your black, slightly floating, and bud. Say like shallow waters maybe. And I'm at a beach, so maybe I have some salt water in my eye. So standing up, you wipe. And I think I'll end it there. You'll wipe the salt water from your burning eyeballs. And now I compile that and come back over here. Oops. I don't know if I just messed something up because I hit the wrong key again. I guess I'll just say start because I typed another junk. All right, so that looks cool. And then start doesn't work anymore because I called this intro function over here. So I jumped out of there. And I don't want to be able to come back to start, I guess, unless you restart the game. But then I called intro. Like it said it called, did it call intro though? I can get Q to get out of here, right? If I say start, oh, here it is. You can see a beach. And it didn't give me my new line. Like I didn't notice that right here. So that means that I need another Serpy right here. And then maybe I'll notice it this time. You start. I was trying to, a minute ago, I was trying to start my start function inside the, what I'm already running. So yeah, so let's say you see a beach. I think for now, I don't know. I might have to come back here and I add a key. Maybe I might have to do something here to get my key. That's my inventory. It's cool. I don't know how that's gonna work. Let's see. So that means start is done. So I'm gonna come back over here to my intro. That's what I'm building now. Is that right? And I need to go to my beach and I need to add some text, let's say. And I've already went from my start to my intro, which means I should be able to go to my beach the same way. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, but I want to be able to type look. Can't do that. So if I want to type look in this, it's going to be from here, I think. So from my game loop, I want to be able to go from the intro to the beach, let's say. So actually, I think I need to mess with my game loop real quick because I'm at the beach. But to start, no, I'm not at the beach. I saw the beach. So I'm at the intro. I need to be able to travel there. And I think I want to add that inside the game loop, let's say. So if we go back to, should have thought some of this stuff out first, but whatever. Like, because all these parentheses are everywhere, I'm just going to go right here, Control Alt F. And that's going to put me to the end of where I want to be. So now, maybe I can quit the game or I can win the game. I'm just going to say like equal one game. I'll add that in now because from there I should just be able to return out like I did the quit. But instead of quitting, I'll say return format T. Whatever. Congrats. Beat the game. Let's say 12%. Right, and then now I probably want to add an inventory function here too, but let's get the game working, I guess, first. So we'll say like equal the location, which started off to be intro, I guess. And we'll switch it to, so if the location equals intro, I'll call intro but oops, this is where like I don't remember what I was doing, because right here I want to say like some command, which means I think I want to pass in a command into these. I'm gonna have to be able to look around. Let's say for these guys. And so right here, what I want to try to do is to pass look in here. Right? No, I don't want to pass that in there. Like I do want to be able to pass look in here actually, but I want it to be user input that does this. So I think this user input right here is what I say. So I'll call intro, whatever the user input is, maybe, which is going to be a string, right? Will that work if I compile it? Didn't like that. Intro is called with 0 arguments. Did I not add that in there? This just doesn't look like style warnings either. Oh, I'm not using these. Style warnings, warning. Oh, so that's not an error. No, it is an error. It's saying right here. You know what? It's my start. Like, what am I doing wrong? So I probably just need to pass look there, maybe. I think if I just put a text right here, you know, I'm putting an argument there. Before I save that though, where was my error at? I should have clicked right here, I bet. Oh yes, okay, so that's cool. Which I think, like another thing, which I just found this out the other day too. It's like I accidentally hit Alt P, Alt N. So when I'm in the debugger over here, if I hit Alt P, oh, it's not doing it anymore. Well, like Alt P and Alt N, see how they're jumping? Like it's jumping from one to the other, but maybe because I clicked on this. And then now if I hit Alt N, see it's traveling between these guys. So Alt N and Alt P, you'll go up and down on these. And actually the cursor's moving over here too. So it's moving on both sides. So if I go up here, now the cursor's over here. And then I can also click on these, it takes me to it. So if I just would have saw this, these were warnings. Didn't really matter as much. But this right here was the one that was failing. And it would have took me right where I needed to look. So, and ironically it says look there. And then now my compilation is successful, so I can quit that. And if I compile this again, Control C, Control K, down here it says like some output save for later insertion. Because I'm still running inside my game, I'm recompiling the code. So I really need to quit, and then it'll give me my stuff. So here, if I hit enter a couple of times and then hit Control C, Control K again, then it'll, compile. I'm showing those warnings, but that's just because these guys, I'm calling the CMD, but there's nothing there yet. So if I say start though, and then it's just not doing anything different though. So here, this is just going to run. You see the beach, let's say, from the intro, but I can't type look and see this again. And so that's what I want to try to work on now. And the intro function will be the easiest one, so I'm going to kind of start over there now, I think. And I believe, like, from here on out, intro is the most simple one. You're only going to be able to go to the beach. There's nothing there. And now I need to tie this into the game loop somehow, so there's a path to the beach. But right now, even though when I go there, it's going to print this out. You see a beach. I can't type look and see this, so somehow I'm going to have to put this inside a LED, I guess. So, and this is where the command will come in, maybe. Describe, and I'm calling it look. So I'm going to have to put a cond in here, but I need to put this in some kind of like description, let's say. So, now let's just say, oops, I just say let. And if I just call it description, let's say, because describe's already taken, a common Lisp. So, like, you see a, let's just say like a desolate sandy beach, because not all beaches are sandy, some of them are rocky, in front of you. And this is where I'm going and using a look, or I'm getting there. And those are the things I want. I think I want that to be, is that one of the things that needs to be in ZZ format? But this one's so small, I think I'll just splat it out. It doesn't need to be ZZ formatted, maybe. Oops. Do I need to do one more of those? No, I didn't. I should have another one of those. This isn't right, I don't think. So I need to go like this. And now, since I messed up, I think it's control and right arrow. Yeah. And right here, I'll just overtype these so I know where I'm at. And this is where I need to check the command. So I guess that'll be a cond. And then string equal. And since I'm calling look now, let's add that one. Look, CMD. So if the CMD right here equals look, then it's this one. I need to hit it here, right? And then I'll just use a format command. Since it's only one line, I also have to use that ZZ format. And then tilde A, tilde new line, and then call description that I just put there. So if I say this, can I save this? And all I'm getting is style warnings. So I'm going to hit Shift Alt greater than to get to the bottom of this. It's always way up there. Then if I say start here, you see a desolate sandy beach in front of you. There we go. So now I can type look and get the same thing that I got when I went there. Since my other command is calling the look function automatically. So it comes here, calls the look function, spits it out, or if I type look, then it does that. So now the little game loop here, I guess, is, man, that looks so jacked up. Like the indentation of the way, like, especially loops get. I hate when it gets way over to the right. So I think I want to get here and Control F, so I know where I'm at. And here we should be able to go to the beach. So, see, someone goes to the beach, we'll call the beach function. And here I want to return out of this. So we'll say, like, if someone's in this location, they type beach, then what we're going to need to do is check to see if string equals beach CMD. Then the first thing we want to do is set F, the location that we're going to go to. Man, location. I think I just use a symbol here if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to set up the location beach, and then I need to call the beach function. So I'm going to return from intro, and then I'm going to call beach with that look command. So automatically call us a description the same way we did it here. And then if they type anything else, and I think I'm just gonna, like, because right now I'm floating on the water still, if I'm not mistaken. So if I say format T, and then I'll just say, like, yes, like, maybe jellyfish. I don't know if you ever, like, got stung by a swarm of jellyfish, but it's not very fun. Probably not if you just woke up either, but compile that. Oh, so it told me that I wasn't out of here again. So let's start. So now if I just type whatever, the swarms of jellyfish will attack me. Then I don't know if I type beach. Am I gonna go to the beach? Yeah, you're at the beach. That's what it said over here. I don't know if it's gonna give me some kind of error when I get out of here because, oh, I did call beach with a look. Never mind. I was like, I need to put the CMD, but I did the command. So if I quit out of here, like, do I have to quit out of my game each time? I wonder. Let me just go back here and start. And if I just recompile this, can I? I'm used to it telling me, like, hey, there's some stuff, and I want to see if I saw errors or not. But they'll tell me that, I guess. So maybe if I stay in here instead of exiting every time, maybe I can add these things in. I don't know. They always say, like, Lisp is good for that stuff, so maybe I should try that right now. Oh man, the beach. It's gonna have two places to go, right? So we can either go to the dunes or the shack. So format T, you're at the beach. And the first thing I need to do, is do the same thing with the let and describe, I think. So let description. And this one I want to use that ZZ format. It needs to be a description so I can call the look function. So maybe the best way to do this is to make, I think I'm gonna make a list of stuff. Because the way I'm using that ZZ format, it's gonna be kind of weird. The best way to do this might be to have my description sitting here inside a list and put each sentence that I want a ZZ format inside inside the list. And I don't know, like, The ocean looks like blue ink, but I don't know, on the beach. If you're out in the ocean on a sailboat, so maybe like on the beach it'll be real clear, like a swimming pool. So ocean is so clear it appears more transparent. Oh, and it's wrapping. I don't really like that. So more transparent. Let me go right here. Say than a swimming pool. And then we can go to the dunes, the shack. So I'm going to add that in here too. So let's just say, I don't know, like we can go to the dunes. And there's a key over there. Oh yeah, we said there was going to be a tent over here. So maybe you just see like from the left. To the left. You see a tent surrounded by spooky dunes. I was all worried about that wrapping, but when I hit enter here anyway, so it didn't. Uh, well, I might have talked too soon because I need a period there. So there's that. I'm just gonna hit enter. I know it looks weird, but whatever. Uh, and then we have the shack the other way. I don't really want to say to the right, so I'm just gonna say like the opposite of C. Opposite the C. Is a path to a rugged shack. To a rugged looking shack. I'll make this like just one letter shorter. To the left is a tent surrounded by spooky dunes. To the left, you see whatever. Like opposite the sea is a path. A really looking shack. Now I think here, just kill this stuff here. Cursor always disappears. And so here, then I think the same way I did down over here, I did like swarms of jellyfish are devouring you. I want to add another list. Just so like this, it's not always the same command. Whenever you type something in that's not expected, let's say. So, like someone types the unknown command. I'll just call it unknown command. Let's say unknown CMD. I'll give another list and do the same thing. And so, I don't know. You're on the beach. You dig your feet in the sand. So, just some other command. If someone types in something, the game's like a hot beaming sun must be getting to your head, let's say. All right. And just so this isn't so jacked up, just move that a little bit. There we go. All right, and then just type over these. I need to close that one. I think I need to close my let, uh, my let bindings, but leave the let open. I'll just say like, well, like isn't that stuff even doing anything? I'm letting that stuff. I'm not saying it, so we're not even gonna see that yet. So I still have to do the look command like I did above. So we'll do the cond, and then I think it's gonna be the same type of thing. So string equal look cmd, let's say. Then oh, here's where. All right, so if someone types look or they come here, it's going to make it say look. And then we need to put those up there. So I think I just put a loop in here. So I'll say loop for, like somehow I switch windows. Loop for description. So loop for desk and description, let's say. And then do, and I'm just going to call that ZZ format on desk. 3. All right. And unknown command, I won't add that just to make sure this is working. So here we're just going to try to like loop for each one of these guys. Inside that, we'll call the description on there, the ZZ format or whatever. And then now if I was to switch over here, so I'm still at the intro. So if I call beach, so it worked. Like I didn't even have to get out of there. And let me recompile this again. Down here at the bottom, see how it's saying some output save for later insertion. But like I don't know what my errors are, I guess. Oh, that was from before, I think, or was it? But at least it highlighted this. So I know, like, but that's just because this is a style warning, because I don't have it over here yet, let's say. And so once again, Control F from here. I mean, with the pair edit, it doesn't kind of matter because you can just type over these and see where you want to go. But like if you don't have that on, you can jump around like that, like I said earlier. And then if I'm over here, I just hit tab, it'll just indent it over there in the right spot. And so now I gotta think about this for a second. Unknown command, it's gonna be the last thing, kind of like this one right here, let's say. So just like, I don't know, this makes it longer, I guess, but just kind of like goof off for a second. So string equal beach cmd, and we'll just say like, yeah, you're at the beach. Just to be a little sarcastic, maybe. Like the game's not going to be very long, so I'm just adding like a little flair to it, I guess. So one day this could be developed bigger, I guess, just to get an idea of how to write one of these stupid games. So con format beach. Yeah, you're at the beach. The next thing, since when I was standing in the water, the jellyfish got me. Let's just say like, same kind of thing. This time though, mm, this is saying like string equals beach. If someone just types beach by itself, so like if someone said like beach dog, then it's going to give me this swarms of jellyfish are attacking you. Which like should I even be saying that though right now? I think it's because I never went to the intro. Like, notice how it just did that? Like, if I say, look, so I never even went to the beach yet. Not attacking me anymore. Beach dog. So I wasn't actually at the beach. I guess I didn't recompile this either. So I can't do this right here. Yeah, you're at the beach. So actually I kinda want to test that. Like, is this working correctly? Oops. Man, I have the worst typing today. So do I have to restart this thing to do that? Looks like my look command should work though. So should the beach command, right? Well, we're gonna start. I say, look, you see a beach in front of you. If I type anything else, it should give me the swarms of jellyfish. But if I type beach, oh, you know what? It's because I haven't done the game loop. Oh, I forgot I was doing the game loop thing. Okay, so that makes total sense all of a sudden. So what's happening here is, yeah, you're at the beach. So it doesn't know yet. My location is still set. So that's all that's happening. Oh, I was confused for a second. So I need to go back and add I don't even know if I should just add these in here so I don't keep confusing myself with that. So I got the congrats use a game. I will have to come back down here in the game loop and add the inventory, I think. But I don't think it'll hurt. I just add these in because I already created those functions, I think. So let's just add these in here. Equal. Or it's easier. Like if I was just to grab these guys. So if I hit Control Space, Control F, Alt W, and then now I should be able to come over here and hit Control Y. And then I have an intro, a beach, a dunes, and a shack. So a beach, a dunes, and a shack. So if I was to come over here and say beach, then I want to call beach. And then if I'm here, dunes, dunes, and then dunes, and then shack it up. Let me shack it up real quick. All right. Is that cool? Now, can I come over here and say, look, say beach, beach, look. So I did have to quit out of there. After all. All right. So I think just I gotta remember to come back and add the inventory in here maybe. But the rest of that stuff's done. And what was I working on before I messed all this up? I was working on the beach. So unknown command, string equal. I'm just gonna come right here, Control F. Oops. Control F. And then I have to see a couple things here. So if someone types in beach, yeah, you're at the beach. And then actually, I'll come over here and get out of here because there's another command, search. And I need to see how it works. Because if someone types in look, then all they're typing is look. If someone types in beach, so like, well, if I would have said beach dog, let me go back in there real quick and make sure this works the way I think it does. So if I also say start, the beach, yeah, you're at the beach. If I said beach dog, then it's not going to respond to that because it has to be exactly beach and exactly look right here, right? So I don't want to like have someone say like walk to beach or go to beach or something like that. So I want this to be a little more flexible. And there's a command called search. And I think I can also say search like dog, let's say, and I give it beach dog. Then all I'm it's returning something, which is just probably going over here and seeing which spot this is at, where it starts, where dog starts. But basically, that's true. So I just want to use that to search if someone types something in there. So let's just say someone types something about the ocean, because here I'm saying the ocean is so clear. So you can see an ocean because you're at the beach, but like I don't want to go back to intro. So intro, you can't go back into the water, let's say. So I'm going to add search here as my as my condition, let's say. And so if someone was to say that something like ocean, as if they're supposed to go back to the ocean, let's say where the intro was. And then I just want to say like format T, and then maybe we'll just make a shark snap at them or something. So a shark snips at your toes. Shark snips at your tasty flesh. Okay. Talk about Emacs Pinky. Like common list gives you common list Pinky and stuff with all these till directive things. Um, then close that search. And I want to say if I do that, and now I should be able to come over here just to make sure this is working correctly. Someone goes to a beach, and then they say ocean. Yeah, there we go. Oops. I'm trying to alt tab to nothing that exists. So, all right. Now we need to be able to have a way to go to the dunes. And so if someone types left tint or dunes, I want to be able to go to the dunes, let's say. So I'm going to use that search thing here again. Except for this time I'm going to do like a or. So we'll say search whatever CMD, and then control alt, well, control space, control alt B, alt W, and then control alt F, enter, control Y, enter, control Y. And then here I can say like left or tint, tint, or dunes. We got type. I'm trying to make a video, huh? And then, right, so best way to get over there right here, I guess, is just to Alt F here, Control Alt F. Right? That's not correct, is it? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, never mind. Or, then here I want to say, I think I want to go, when I go to the dunes, I want to say, like, you head to the dunes, or it gives a description. And so maybe here I need to put like a format command with two, format T, and just say like you head towards the spooky dunes, let's say. And then have two of these here. Because I'm fixing to print some stuff out after that with the ZZ formats. And like, that's closing that. And this has like an implied prog in, so I can put more than one thing in there. So we'll say set F location the dunes. And the symbol was working earlier, so I'll keep doing that. And then here I'll say like return from beach. And we'll call dunes. And give it the look. Oops. How do dunes look? 1, 2, 3. And then we also want to add, I think I'm just going to add that because so far stuff's been working. So we want to be able to go to a shack also, let's say. Yeah, towards the spooky dunes, return. And so we need to do the exact same thing for a shack, let's say. And what did I say about the shack? I just put shit. Opposite the sea is a path. Opposite the sea is a path. Rugged looking shack. Opposite the sea is a path. And to a rugged looking shack. I just don't like it getting that big. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. Does it make sense now? Opposite the sea is a path to a rugged looking shack. Okay. Do I want to do all that again? Like, I already showed how to do that. So let's just say someone has to type shack. Because it could say like opposite or path. But on this one, like this one says left, dunes, and tent. That's kind of like you need that. Here, I'm just going to say shack because now we know how to put more than one, let's say, in there. But I do want it to say search again instead of string equal. That way they can say anything about a shack and you head that way, I guess. So we'll say search shack CMD. And if someone does that, just format T. Like you head towards, well, you wander down the path to the rugged shack, maybe, since we already did that other thing. You wander down the path to the rugged shack. And I think right here, once again, tilde percent to separate what's going to be ZZ formatted from this. And then once again, set F location to dunes, to shack, I mean. And then we're going to return from beach, shack look. Reddit's on, so I have to worry about that now. I know. But I do want to come here real quick and just add the T clause. Oh, and this is the unknown command that's missing up here. It's still giving me that warning right here. So I want to say like T, and we'll say format T, and then kind of the same thing I did up there. Is it? Oh wow, I didn't even put my parentheses. I'm not sure how to move these parentheses around as much as the other things. Oops. So that was let me undo that. So from here I hit Control Alt left arrow and it put my quotes around it. Format T. Tilde 3%, right? Because I need a new line there, I think. And then here I had to loop because I want each one of these printed out. Now I just want, if someone types an unknown command, it's going to pick this or it's going to pick this randomly, let's say. So I think I'll use nth because it's a list. I could use the as a elm, but like nth. I think this is the way it is. Nth. And then I want to say random length of unknown command. And then it's going to run off the page, I think. Just put this down here. And then unknown CMD. And I just still have to, if you see down here, it's compiled out of two style warnings, which is just these like the CMDs probably aren't there. So last time I had to quit. So let me start, which means if I go to the beach, and then now I can type, look. I guess I should say you're at the beach, but if someone types beach and it tells them that, well, not explicitly saying, hey, you're at the beach. I should have said, like, you head towards the beach on my other intro thing, I think. But whatever, like, it's cool just to mess with someone, I guess, too. Okay, so we want to, like, randomly type something that's something. You dig your feet in the sand, randomly type, you dig your feet in the sand. Hot beam the sun must be getting to your head. All right, that's cool. And then now, I guess, do the dunes? The dunes. Yeah, the dunes, because that's going to probably be harder. Well, no, the shack's going to have a lock, so I don't know. You head towards the spooky dunes. And so here's where it's that two new lines were there. So these two are separated because this one's just going to print out and this one's going to do the ZZ format. And I wonder how the dunes is going to work with a tent with a key in it, which means I need an inventory. Was that what I was saying? I had to add to, like, I had to add inventory to my game loop. And I think I want to put goodbye, quitter, congrats, and then after this one, I'm going to add just INV, I think. Someone can type. Well, you know, if I use a search one though, someone could type INV or inventory maybe. Maybe that's the way to cheat on this one. So search, let's just say INV. And then user input. I think that will be cool. And then I'll just call like display inventory, I think is what I called it earlier. Nothing there though. Well, there is. So I set my inventory to just a list, an empty list. And then I have an inventory here, so I think if I just have it kind of simple, so say like if null inventory, then let's format inventory, just say empty, let's say, and then give it a new line. Else format t inventory if I like just put the tilde a there, tilde percent. Like I'm only gonna have a key, so I'm gonna have to get too sophisticated with this. So now if I type in inv, it shouldn't do anything, right? Yeah. So quit, start, inv, your inventory empty. All right. Now we need to go back to the. I still think the students might be the most complicated one though. Like here, I'll have to check and see if I have a key, and then you just beat the game, I guess. But here, somehow I have to get my key out of the tent and make it disappear out of the tent. If someone tries to look in the tent again, let's say. Um, let me just start off by doing the description stuff because I guess I can leave those doc strings in there. It's not hurting anything. So format T, you're in a massive sandy dune. Let me get rid of this. And then we're going to have to do the let description. Did my letter wrong again. Here, I think it's just control and right arrow. Let description. And then give it a list again so I can CZ format it. So now I'm at the dunes. There's a tent here. There's a key inside the tent. So you're next to a ragged tent. And we're in the dunes. And I don't want someone to be able to go from the dunes to the shack, but maybe you can see the shack from here or something. I don't know. Let's see. Like you're next to a ragged tent. And then you can hear down here. I wonder if I put a return after my let. That might look weird, but let me type a couple more letters in here. You're next to a ragged tent. You can hear like let's just say like there's some hissing, so some faint hissing in the background or something. Faint hisses. Background. Oh, did I miss a quote here? Yes, I did. So how do I get those over there? It was Control Alt. Control Alt. I'm just holding Control Alt down, hitting the left arrow, and then there we go. Oh, it didn't even move my cursor either. That's cool. Guess I could have stayed where I was. Okay, so you're next to a ragged tent. You can hear faint hisses in the background. Let's just say like there's like snakes or something blocking the path between these two. So, like, The rugged shack is located to your right. But yeah, so maybe you can't see the shack, but you know it's there because you went to the left and over the opposite of the sea you saw the other one. So we'll just say like the rugged shack is located to your right, but its view is blocked by the massive dunes. Do I need anything else? Yeah, the trail back to the beach. So we'll just say like the trail back to the beach. It's behind you. And then I wonder though, like here, do I want to put my tent here? See, I think like if I put my tent here though, it's supposed to say tent. And say like something like list. Oops. List. Key. We put a tent in the key. Like this will work, but I think I need to implement this to get it to work, but somehow I have to change this, I think. Oh no, let me just implement this key real quick. But I think right now what's gonna happen is every time I call this function, it's gonna put a key in the tent, which means there's gonna be infinite keys. But I kind of want to see what's happened to my inventory when that happens too, the way I had it. So I think it'll just give me a list, a bunch of keys on it or something. But somehow I'm gonna have to, get this key out of there or set it somehow, set it somewhere else. But I don't know. Let me just try to see how this works real quick. So now we get out of there, I think. And then do the description like I did before, I think. So this is gonna get kind of, well, I kind of want to see some of that stuff though. But cond, and then we're using the string equals. And look, CMD. Then I'm gonna have to do the loop for desk and description again. So loop for desk and description. Do ZZ format. Do sleep format. Use format. Desk. And this key is gonna be here. This is and someone restarts the game. All right, so this is. I just have to think about this for a second. So might as well get this out. Like I already know how to make all this other stuff work, so I might as well get this key out of the key figured out. So I want to say if the command is because we're gonna have to reset the key if the game starts over. This is gonna be like after you win the game, though. I think someone restarts the game, you have to be able to reset the key so the key comes back. And right now my key is gonna come back all the time because this let right here. So this might be where you put a closure. So and I might not have to reset the key yet until the games. I don't want to think about this in a minute either. So let me just do this. So that I'm gonna put a command in here called string equal reset key cmd. And if someone does that, because this isn't going to hurt anything as long as nothing gets called it though, but for later, set f tint to be a list key, right? And then now we got to add like if someone search get key search key, so and then we got to put the tint there, but I think I want to make the key before the tint, right? So make it a little bit lazier code. Let's see. So if I put my key in there first, so just use search again. So search key and then CMD. And then, so if the key is in the tent, that's one thing's going to happen, but if the key is not in the tent, another thing is going to happen. So I need to come over here real quick. And maybe I need to create a variable. Use a let though, it won't stay in there. So let let's just say let box. Let's key, let's say. And then if I just say box, that's a key in there. Okay. So can I just say like a maybe if, and then there's member. Can I remember how to do a member? So member. Yeah, I do it this way too. Member key taco key. Taco work though? A symbol. Ooh. Arab taco is unbound. Oh, yeah, whatever. I want a symbol. Taco key. Okay, so that works. Which means that this probably has a test. Test. So I gotta do like this maybe. Okay. Which means if I say over here, member key inside the tent and test equal, then I gotta remove that freaking key. Let's see how this works. So if I use member, there's a remove. I think remove's kind of like, so if I was to say remove, I think it might be the same kind of way though. So it's gonna be like remove key, remove key, taco key, taco key, which is just maybe like the same thing now. Let's see. Taco, okay, so it went away. That means I can come over here, and if the key's in there, then we'll just set F, I guess. If, well, and then I have to put it in the inventory, which is a global variable. So we're gonna have to do a prog in here, I think. So here I'll say like set F tent to be remove the same thing I did over there. Key, oops, key tent, and then we gotta test thing equal, and then I'm just gonna push the key onto the inventory, into the inventory. And before I close that, let's just say you picked up a key or something. You format T tilde A, oops, tilde A. So you picked up a key, right? Format T tilde a key. I do need to put this new line there. I can close my prog in, so this will be the else. The little prog in makes all this be the if, and then after that will be the else. And then I'll just say like you already picked up a key, check your inventory. Format T already picked up the key. Oh, you know, I think, this is going to be weird too. I can either go like this, I want to say. I could put another format there, but if I just put an enter there, there's two ways to do this. One is to say put a new line there, and then put a tilde here, and then this lets you go down to the next line without putting an extra. Like right now, there'll be two new lines, but if I did it like this, there'll only be one new line. But if I do this, it'll just be one new line. So I think either way, I might have to put this into a Unix file though. Like, see how SBCL is running in Unix? And I think it does that from the command, like from the DOS CMD too. But my file is not. It's in the DOS format, so I think I know if I put the tilde%tilde, it's gonna cry about it, but I think it does it anyway. I think SBCL just expects it to be a Unix format when you do this. So I'm just gonna say check your, and let's just do inventory like this, so someone knows to type env, I guess, and then tilde% for a new line. Oh, only one style warning. What did I just do? I'm gonna undo that. Like, yeah, so there's Control X O is how I'm getting over here. I don't know what I'm hitting but no, I'm not holding down Control or something, right? So if I say start over here, and then now if I go to the beach, and I go to the dunes, except for I didn't do my key yet, but that doesn't matter. Key. So if I type INV, I got a key. If I type key again, and key again, and then type INV, I'm picking up too many keys. So that's this. What's happening is I'm removing the key, I'm pretty sure, right here, right? But every time I call a function, I'm putting a key inside there. So I think I might turn this into a closure. And the reason I want to put the key before the tent, I think, is because that way if someone says key, then if someone said get key out of tent, and I'm using this search, it's going to be searching, like, if I said tent key or something, then it's going to run the other one. Like, I want it to see if there's a key. If there is, take it out instead of running like both of them at the same time, I guess. If both those words are in there, or one's before the other, or something weird like that. So the next thing I have to do is like put the thing there, put a tent there with a key inside of it. Uh, which I might just add all that and then go fix this tent's key to work right, because the rest of the stuff. So let's do the tent real quick first. And so I want to go right here, I think, Control F, and then is that correct? No, like I just can't tell it's lined up for some reason. It looks like it's lined up to the F to me for some reason. Okay, so uh need two of these. And then we're gonna do the tent, I guess. So search. And I'm not getting this second one. I can't even test this part because the keys are always inside there, I guess. So search tent, command. Search the command for shack. Maybe I should put the command first instead of the string. Search command tent, search tent command. Oh, maybe it matters which one comes first. Yeah, it does. Search tent command. And then we're going to put an F. Let's say like F member F member key tent test string equal basically is what we're going to do again. So member key tent test. Oops. Then it's going to say format T. There's a rusty key in the tent. There is a rusty key in a tent. 12%. Else format T. Just keep it simple. Inside of the tent is empty. All right, and then like, I don't know, like in Lisp, does everybody just always keep all these things together, or It's okay, like, I just break this off and say, so right here, we have in here, so we have shack and right is here, let's say. So I do want to like say something about that. So let's just put some like snakes in between the shack and the tent, let's say. So, or shack command, or that's not correct, whatever I just did. It's almost just easier to retype it, I guess. Or search yak command, or search, say right command. Oh, I wanted to test that before I go any further, though. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I just switched my thing over either way. Never mind. So it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's going to error out when I try to run this. Well, I can't compile it because it's in the middle of something. So, uh, or search. Almost on the same line, but I guess it don't matter. So here we just format T, and then like there's some dunes. It was blocked by massive dunes. So let's just say like you walk up the dunes and then the hissing starts getting loud, and you see some like island vipers down there or something. So, like you climb the dune. The hissing gets louder. And then, wait, what's the top? You see, I'm using massive already, but large. I'm just gonna use massive again because I don't want to think right now. Getting tired. So you see massive nests of white-lipped vipers. How you spell lipped? This right here, actually, maybe go like that again, because they're offset. Like, unfortunately, if you start putting spaces here, the format's going to add them in there. So I just don't want the lines to be too long on this side either. That's why I'm just kind of like guessing. The island vipers. These are just cool looking snakes. If you ever saw one. And so you scurry back to the tent, just to prevent you from going this way, let's say. So 2%. Oh, this thing is getting so long. Not did my ore there. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Um that's trying to get to the location of the shack, and it's blocked. And then what did I say up here again? We have a trail, we have a beak, or a beck, a beach is behind you. So let's just say like trail, beach, and behind. So need another where I think, or I'm gonna say search CMD Then just copy this guy right here. Oh man, this is really miss them. I just try to use the Emacs commands instead of using one of the Evil or Viper, or whatever they're called. So what was it? Behind Trail Beach. In that case. Oh, I miss Vim because I don't know Emacs very well, I guess. I'm sure if I knew Emacs a lot better, it wouldn't bother me as much. And now you're kind of scared, let's say. So you sneak. You heard all the hissing. Carefully sneak back to the beach. I still don't know if these are going to work. I should have just put the little %tilt. Actually, let me do it on this. Well, I think I did that in another video, actually. Avoiding anything hissing, let's say. That's actually changing locations. So that's why I'm adding the 2 new lines. And then inside here, still, I need to set off the location, I guess. Set up there because we're not going anywhere. Okay, so this one does need to change though. I don't know how long this video is, but I've done this earlier. Set it next to the beach. And then we just do the return from beach. Oops. Return from dunes. Beach. Oh, beach, look. Well, I think that's actually done. Beach, dunes. And then, was it right? That? I think I caught the error. Right, so if I say, oops, start, then I go to the beach. Right, look. And if I go to dunes, I type look. And if I say tint, I say key. And then now if I say check, that's why people put space in these things. It's easier to look at it. Um, Or why it's not saying that. And so if I was to go back to the beach, that's working. I think, I bet, my or I did. So I don't know how to pull that over, but let's try Control. What I want to do is pull one of these over, so I got to pay attention. I'm pulling the right thing over. So I'm going to hold Control and hit the left arrow. And then what that did, and then I just hit another thing. And then if I hit Control F, I should end my or. I'll see K to we're going to quit that. I'm going to start the beach, the dunes, and right. Yeah. So here's one of the things I was talking about. I'm pretty sure if I went to the DOS Rebel right now, I'd spit these things out too. And if I did it the other way, by doing the tilde% thing here, the output will be the same, but I think it gives me a different error. So this one gives me actual, I'm not even going to try to look and see what it's doing. It's giving you some kind of failure, right? But all I have to do is come over here and switch this to Unix and save it. And then if I quit this, and then Control CK, so save it, then those, like, now it'll work. So I guess that's what one of them will give you an error, the other one won't give you an error, but then it will put those little tilde m's over there, which are just like the difference between a Unix and a Windows carriage return, I guess you could say. He'll start, and then if I was to go to the beach, and then go to the dunes, and then go to the right, then notice those little tilde m's are gone. Either way, this one gives you the error, the other one gives you the tilde m's, and this one will give you the little tilde m's too, I think, if it's not saved as a Unix thing. But I'm not guaranteeing that. All right. So that just says I can't go up there, right? Oh, I didn't add the little. I guess I didn't add what happens if you. So after all that, I didn't add that. So hissing location. I actually thought I was done with that thing. But what I want to do is go here and then just do the format T for whatever. So I think on this one, I'm just going to say like format T. Instead. Pretty sure that's going to work. So. And then I still need to do the shack, and then game over, man. And this one I don't think will be. Oh no, no, that's not true. You know what? I thought I was done with that thing, and I'm still not. So we have to get this. That and I versus reset. I did a reset key, right? And so that means I need to go reset my key and start real quick before I forget. So set up. I think after one game, if I just come over here, I keep forgetting this stuff. So I did it with a string. Reset key. That will reset my key. With this command, and I want to say I might be able to use a closure here. What I want to do is, well, you know what? instead of guessing. Let me just cut this out of here. And then I come up here. I'm going to put a let here. And this is where I'm going to turn off pair edit real quick. Just Alt X, private mode, get rid of that damn thing. And then go like this. Dang. Is that what I needed to do? And so now if we go like this, if I go inventory, I go to inventory, and then where I have to go, I gotta go beach, and then dunes, and then key. You already picked up a key. Now there's only one inventory. If I went back to the beach, and then went back to the dunes, and then tried to get a key, there we go. So before, it was because it was inside this inside the function, it's putting it back. This right here is putting a closure around this function, and it lets me do this. The only thing is now, if I was to restart the game, I want to say, like if I quit, right? Now if I say INV, well, there isn't one. But I do have an inventory, so I can call it like this. Inventory. I still have a key right now, right? So now if I say start, and then I say INV, now the inventory is empty. So this guy right here, this closure is going to keep the memory of that stuff. And that's why I added this reset key. And so I'm set up to list a key. And then that way, whenever you start it, you reset the key with that setup to be empty again. Or else, when you start the game, you're going to have the key already. And then I guess I'm not checking my inventory if there's a key already, so you'd be able to pick up another key if I didn't reset it there, I guess. So I'd still have that multiple key problem. Although I wonder, on this. So let me just keep going. That should get rid of that other styling warning I'm seeing. I want to say the shack won't be as complicated as that though. So oh, you know what? Let me undo that because I turned off her edit. It's not messing up my parentheses. Say the shack. We need to do the description again. So not the description. And yeah, I guess I might as well just do it this way again. So I add that to my other function though? I hope I did. I guess I'll just check it in a minute. So description. It's gonna say like you're next to an ugly yet sturdy shack. And then yeah, it has a lock on it, so it is secured by a Peculiar. I don't know how to spell that word. Peculiar. Doesn't look right. Is there an I here? I use massive so many times, but well. I can't think right now anyway. It's secured by a massive log. Maybe this should be the massive text adventure. So sophisticated it needs a key. So here we'll just do our cond again. Cond string equal. We need to put our look there for description and command. And then we're gonna say loop for desk in description. And then we'll do CZ format desk. I want to say search beach. You head back to the beach, let's say. Search beach command. Format T. Skip a symbol and you head back to the beach. That's where we're doing the doubles till percents. And then if that happens, we need to set up the location. The beach. And then return form, return from heck beach book. Then let's do an or. And then search for, let's say a lock CMD, or search for key CMD. And then, like I never showed, I think, but the reason I'm using search, I don't know if I ever showed that, but well, I know I explained it a little bit, but let me just start this real quick. If I go to the beach and then go to the dunes, and then tint, there's a rusty key in there. So I'll say eat the key, and then check the inventory. So it's just looking to see if keys inside there, and then it's grabbing it. That way someone doesn't have to be so specific. So run back to beach. No. Crawl to dunes. That's why I was using search, just so it's like. Anyway, let me go back over here and try to remember what I was doing. And let me quit out of there before I forget to do that too. We got the shack. And now if someone has a lock or a key, someone says lock or key, and then I mess up, like this doesn't look right again. So if member key and inventory, which we kind of already did this already anyway, and we do the test string equal, and probably need a prog in here. So we'll just say like prog in, and then like format T. You unlock and enter the shack. You unlock and enter the shack. Dot, and then it's gonna say you found a suitable place to survive. Suitable place, palace, place to survive. And then new line. And then here, I'm gonna say set F one game. So that's the if, and this is the else. So I'll say like format T. You have nothing to open a lock with. Let's say you have to open a lock with %. And then that's the or, and then we want to do our, like, no matter what this happens, clause, format T. And this time I'm just going to say what? And then all the little dudes went away. So I think right here, I want to say like restart Lisp. Then I'm going to Control C, Control K to compile that file. And notice these guys right here. And I thought I was done, but the reason I wasn't seeing these earlier is because these things were already compiled and I restarted. And these are not errors, these are just warnings. And right here you can see it's just because these, like, if I would have made sure every single one of these functions I called was called in the order, like if I did them backwards. So I think all of these would go away. All these style warnings would go away. Except maybe the dunes. So the dunes might be weird because of it being inside this closure. So I still might have a little warning whenever I compile it like that. And because it's like that, probably the easiest way to see that is just to do it over here. So if I was to say like cdc www, I think is where I put this. And so if I say like SBCL, then does it just load? Well, I want to see it inside there maybe. So I'll just call it SBCL. And if I say load text adventure dot lisp, because there's a facile file in there, you'll see these things here, right? Undefined function game loop. But it's still gonna work. Uh-huh. If I was in the right package, right? I'm still not used to using the packages, so. And then, like, everything still works. You're just getting these little warning things. And so I want to say the way around that, I guess I should have made sure the game's working. I think the game's working now. Oh, you know what else? Because I'm back over here. Let's start. And because I restarted, I'm doing the same thing. So in package text adventure and then start. Then we go to let's go to the beach, and then go to the shack, like run to shack, open the lock. You have nothing to open the lock with. Kick door. Say what? So then we go back to the beach, please. And then run over to the dunes. Kick open the tent. There's a rusty key in the tent. Grab the rusty key from the ragged tent. You picked up the key. This is why I wanted to put the key first rather than the tent, I guess. And then if I say, search tent again. Burn tent down. And then, beach. Then shack. And then break. Sophisticated lock with the broken key. You unlock and enter the shack. You found a suitable place to survive. And so now it's set the game to win. But whenever I set the game to win, I didn't actually call that function or anything. So now that it tells you a suitable place to, suitable place to leave, the next command that you type, it should make you win the game. Congrats, you beat the game. Yeah. And so here I should be able to say like, start, and check my inventory, and it's empty. Quit. And so I don't know, like using that search made it a little more, I guess, a little less boring for the player to be able to sit there and type a bunch of different stuff in. Let's say. Now, that being said, the game is finished, but I don't know what happens in here if I try to do that again. So I just want to kind of cover this a little bit. And I think I'm going to make a ASDF package thing too. So see, that time it didn't give me those little things. What? Did I not type that? Okay, so do I have to type quit then? Alt left side that hit buy, right? Oh no. That's so weird. So done something wrong, huh? Maybe using CL. Why didn't my text adventure let me do that? I wonder. Uh, it's so weird. So, load text adventure. So before I do that though, um, there's one is you can compile the file, right? So there's already a FASL file there that I could just say like load compile file, I think, and then give it text adventure and .lisp, let's say. I think I just have to say like, so now if I exit, let's say, and go back inside there, if I say load text, I can't do that, adventure.fasl. Now, because I'm loading the compiled file, it doesn't give me them errors because it compiled everything in there. It's just when I try to load it that it's giving me these errors. So a way to get around that though, if that was bothering me, let's say, I might as well just cover this because I just learned some of this stuff the other day. It's like, um, where would I just put the stuff? I guess after here, maybe before I start making functions, or yeah, before I start making them, I can use this thing called declaim, and then f type function type, and I can say function each. And if I also do this, I think the only ones I have to do this with are the dunes and the shack. And actually, this one I want to leave like this. Yeah. So I guess if I was to restart Lisp though, no, I won't be able to see that because they're not in the correct orders, right? I think dunes is called late enough though. Put out. Yeah, so dunes is still giving me an error. But just to say like this though, all that. And then let's just go over to this one and see too. Oops, again. Escape. Uh, in Windows, you hit escape to undo stuff. It's just weird not being in Linux, I guess. SBCL, and then say load. And if you just say text adventure, it'll pick the FASL file, I think. If there isn't one, it'll pick the list file. But I'm specifically trying to get some of these to go. So I needed to do the game loop function too for this one to stop giving me that, I guess. I know it's tacky, but whatever. I'm trying to learn this stuff. I really need to copy this really bad. See, it all went away. And make sure, let's see what this one does too, if it's done complaining. So like, I just try to type stuff. That's what I was talking about right there. Like Emacs won't let me type stuff when it's doing something else. So yeah, this one didn't bother me either. Now the other way around this, I guess, is to create a ASDF file, which I've never actually done before, but I have looked at a couple. So maybe I could try to do one of those. Oh, before I cover that too, this declaim. So I guess this is like, I don't even know the proper way to do this stuff because, like I said, I just started playing with declaim a couple days ago. You can like optimize for like debugging or speed or whatever, but you can also be more specific. So you can say like declaim, and then I could say like f type, and then function, and then uh, um most of these functions like beach and stuff are arguments of string, right? So I can say argument string, and then say it's t, and then give it beach like this. So I think this right here is like its arguments a string, like the look and all that stuff. All these things are strings, and then the function itself is returning a type of t. In Common Lisp, everything is a type of t, even like let's say like type of nil t. Valid number of arguments. So is it what is it? Type p then? Yeah. So type p nil t, yes. So everything, even nil, is a type of t, as far as I know, anyway. I'm no Lisp expert, so I couldn't tell you for sure, but I'm pretty sure. I think that's why like Claw's Common Lisp Object System or whatever was able to be a library probably pretty easily, is because I guess there was already a base object, and every object in Lisp is of type T. Let's say doesn't mean the same thing that objects are in like other object-oriented programming languages. Like Lisp itself wasn't object-oriented, right? But they still call everything in here objects. Way, way, way before object-oriented programming was like even a thing or thought of or whatever. Like it was like around small time whenever object-oriented became a thing. I want to say anyway. So the other thing to do is, I guess, um, let me come back over here. Maybe Control X F, and then I want to say it's like C users rivet common Lisp, and I want to say I just named this thing an ASD file. Maybe I put it inside a folder too. I don't know if I'll be able to do this correctly just out of memory, but I'll try real quick. So I want to take this out too because it's not supposed to be there. It's just being more specific. I probably left some of that stuff out of there, but well, actually I did, right? I didn't. I just was being lazy right here. Um, and then I want to say I might need to go to like see uh, users rivet common Lisp, and then mm, I want to say that what I do is I create a folder here, and I'll name it Text Adventure, and then I come in here, and then like it's the easiest way to do this. Maybe just to run W real quick. And then where am I at? I'm in CD. So I'm gonna say like CD. C. I'll change the batch real quick because it'll let me copy from wherever. So I'll say CD, C, www. Yeah. If I say CD and then go to C users rivet common Lisp, and then here I can just say copy C slash www. Uh, what's the? It's called Text Adventure. I'm so tired. I can't even think. And then put it here. Let's say, and move text adventure dot lisp into text adventure, and then cd into text adventure. There we go. Oh, if I was to say text adventure dot asd, like it's called ASDF, but I think you just make it an ASD file, and then defsystem, which I think just means like in common Lisp it just means program. So like you're defining a program maybe, and I'm going to call it text adventure. And also, uh, I put this in common Lisp. So in your home directory, ASDF will search this right here. So C users rivet common Lisp. So this in your home directory, if you have a folder called common Lisp, ASDF is going to look inside here. Quicklisp will look inside there also. So quicklisp, the QO quick load, it's going to look in this file. It's also going to look inside my, I want to say it's I should have just started tmux, but it's inside the users file. So like if I was to say cd dot dot slash dot dot, and then is there a quick lisp here? Yes. So quick lisp is going to look inside local projects, which is where it expects all the stuff you're creating. So usually in quicklisp, the stuff you're creating you put in here, and then if you go inside quicklisp, let's say, uh, then I think there's like a disk file or something. What else was there in here? Setup temp dists. So I bet you it's in dists. And then in here, quicklisp. So it'll search here. This is like some other guy's thing, but quicklisp is all the stuff in the quicklisp. So it's going to come in here and probably like in archives or software, like software maybe. There you go. So that's all the stuff that quicklisp knows about. So if I put it in here, it will know about that. But usually that's for like other stuff. The quicklisp or like distros you're adding or whatever they're called. Uh, and then inside here, the reason I'm putting in the common list file is because inside local projects, whenever I go grab stuff from GitHub, I put it in here, and I just don't want to like get my text adventure game or whatever I'm working on. Even though I'm probably supposed to put stuff in there, I always put it inside here instead. But quicklisp is also going to look in the common list file that I was just in. That's over here. So that's why I put it over here. It's just to keep it separate. So you can put this file, I guess, in any of those things maybe, and quicklisp will pick it up. And so then here I'm going to do like a description, I think, and then like a text adventure common Lisp tutorial, let's say. I'm not positive, but I don't think I put any other stuff in there, but like any parentheses or whatever. So then you say author. If you want to put an author there, whatever, just put a ribbit there, let's say. And then I think if you were to want to add this to Quick Lisp, you have to put a license. If you're trying to add it into the actual Quick Lisp distro that's out there or whatever. I'm not sure about that, but I think I read that somewhere one time. And then you can put your version here, let's say. And then here, there's other stuff to add. You could add, I think there's one called like serial T or something like that, but that's if you have like dependencies and stuff like that. And so the only thing I have to do, I think, is put components. And then I have to say the file. And then I'd say like text adventure. And then I want to say you could add, I'm not sure where it is, but it might be like depends on or something. Depends on. There's something like that you add to. I'm not sure where you put that though. If it depended on other stuff. And I guess when you use the serial T one, I think it would be like something like this, maybe serial T. I don't know if that has to be in parentheses or not, but it's serial T. And this will like, as long as you put your components, this file, then this file, then this file, this file in the right order, it'll automatically do all that. But it has to be like this one, this one, this one, this one, like the way you're adding the files in there. If your files can't, they depend on each other in some other way, like this one depends on this one and this one depends on this one, I think you have to use a depends on thing. But this is the first time I've ever done ASDF stuff. Uh, and I want to say that's all I have to have. And so if I save this, I want to say, then I should be able to now go back over here to this guy right here, right? And if I was to say, restart Lisp one more time. Now I want to say I should be able to quick load my thing. Called Text Adventure. And we're trying to load definition for system text adventure from form file. Doesn't like that legal function call. Apparently I did that wrong. At least it tried to, like it's trying to read that, so Can you get away with this, maybe? Nope. Well, I'll put quotes around all this. Yeah, I don't know. It's saying it's a function though. Like, oops. Def system is undefined. My name Ribbit. Let me try to go back like this, like I had it. Keep trying to compile this file for some reason. All right, save the file and cannot find the specified file. Exit adventure.lisp. Oh, did I not copy that over here? Oh, oops. No, I think I had that in the wrong spot too. I did a lot of things wrong right there. The users app data, comma, Lisp users. It's trying to load a FASL file for some reason. So let me just quit out of here then, let's say. I guess it wants it to be compiled first or something. Wonder if, like, oops, or like a ASDF. System. That's something. Kill this file because it's the wrong one. And then kill this file because it's the wrong one. Say like, well, next CD, or like C users, Ribbit, common Lisp. Oops. Then, oops. I have a FASL file too. I know I could have copied it earlier, but whatever. Try this one more time. File resigns not there. I can't read that thing. Text adventure file. All right, so am I misspelling something else over here one more time? I don't think I have to put a list file here though. No function file. Yeah. The only other thing I can think of is there's a way to put like ASDF or something here, I think. What's my file look like over here now? Um, lift top file. Okay, so that's a little bit refreshing. So I don't think this goes here. So one more time. Oh, it actually worked. So let's restart this thing real quick. I guess you just learn as you go if you don't know it already. Quick load. Text adventure. And bam. So now I should be able to say in, well, I should be able to say, how is it? Is it text adventure? Because I exported it. Start. Oh, so I should be able to go to like raw. So I go to the beach. Raw. You dig your feet in the sand. Raw. All right, and then I go to the dunes or the shack. Dunes. And then let's go to the shack. And I get scared of some snakes. And so I climb in tent. There's a key. Throw key in ocean. It's now in my inventory. Then I can run to beach. And then jump to shack. Then kick lock. So I had the key and opened it up. And I roar. I beat the game. So what I was doing here wrong, I guess, is one, I misspelled defsystem, and two, maybe I had to put that ASDF sitting there first, which I wasn't aware of, I guess. And yeah, I don't know if like this is a proper ASDF file either. As you can tell, I was just like forcing it to go. So I believe that this is everything I wanted to say about this. I think. Um, I think the other command I did do though is there's like this ASDF, was it like load something, load system maybe, and then if you wanted to like to force it to recompile, that's what I was trying to do earlier, but it kept telling me it couldn't find the FASL file. But I think if you go like this, then it forces it to recompile everything, I guess. And then after that, you could, I guess, quick load it, which it's already in here, so I couldn't even test. Like I don't know if I recompiled that, maybe it put it in here already, and I don't even know if I have to quick load. Let me try that too, because I think this is the way you load it without quick list, maybe. So, like right now, there is like I restarted. So if I go like this, then there should be an in package text adventure, let's say, and I should be able to start the game. So yeah, I think I could load it like this without the force T. The force T just forces it to recompile, and I guess when I did this, it didn't. Like here, it actually compiled this stuff, but maybe because there was no changes since the last first compile, it didn't do it again or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, that's a Robert.